I kind of came into this with, growing up here, having my mother and grandmother and my great-grandfather live in this area. And I've got kids and grandkids, so the grandkids now are sixth generation Puget Sound. And I could really see a difference between when I was a kid going out and catching fish and when I'm a bigger kid going out and trying to catch fish and not being able to do so. So there's a real pressing issue out there. And we don't have a lot of time to do this job. We don't have the luxury of sitting back and doing things as we've always done. We have to learn to do things differently. We have to learn to do the things that make sense.
What we have here in Puget Sound is a collision between all of us who love it so much we want to live here and the stuff we love suffering as a consequence. So Puget Sound, legendary for its salmon and truly one of the most diverse biological phenomena in the entire world. It rivals the Amazon rainforest in terms of the number of species and the original bounty here in Puget Sound. But with millions of people living right next to it, that's the challenge. And can we figure out a way to live here and enjoy its bounty for generations to come? The answer is yes. Clearly the answer is yes. But we have to do things a lot differently. And that's what People for Puget Sound is all about, is helping us strike that relationship where we not only live here because we love what it offers us, but we live here in a way that keeps that there for our kids and grandkids. One of the really big problems is what we call stormwater. It's not so much the fact that it rains, that's good, that's what our ecosystem is all about. But the fact that when that rain hits pavement and roofs and washes off the oil and the grease and the pesticides and the copper from our brake pads, all the stuff that we put out there gets washed off in the rain into our streams and lakes in Puget Sound. We can solve the stormwater problem, but it's a huge challenge and it requires a lot of money and a lot of changes to make sure that we come up with a solution. SVP has basically provided us a chance to step back and ask ourselves how we can become a more effective and stronger organization, and to bring us the expertise that's out there in the world today about how we can communicate, how we can better raise funds, the kinds of technology that we should be using. So it's a wonderful form of help for a nonprofit, and it brings with it these great people that are SVP. It's not some just name at the other end of a checkbook. These are real people that are helping us.
My name is David McCaughey, and I'm the lead partner for People for Puget Sound. When we started to work with People for Puget Sound, there were three big projects we first took on, which was a development audit, a IT audit, and then lastly a communications audit, which involved breaking down our various stakeholders and segments of people we were trying to reach, and how were we reaching them, or were we reaching them. It's very important, if we're going to reach a greater audience, that we sort of break down the barriers of sort of mainstream media and basically have the environment, or any issue really for that matter, be sort of kitchen table discussion of every family. If you're really going to have mass change, you need to have mass change, which takes elected officials and the political system. And I could also tell that this was going to be a very good investment of time and resources by SVP for the community, because People for Puget Sound was far enough along and mature enough to actually make that change.
It's a privilege to be living in a place where you really feel like you're experiencing the environment. I mean, this is amazing. And, how can you not care about it? Because if it's not here, I mean, we won't have the same experience. And our kids won't have the same experience. So it's important that we preserve it and we have it for generations to come.
We have a proposal in the state legislature to put a fee on petroleum, which is one of the biggest pollutants in stormwater, to fund local governments to do the retrofits and build in the solutions to the stormwater problem. One of the things that we've done to both show the way the public is supporting the idea, but also to engage people in a fun and different way in lobbying their legislators, is with our Stanford Clean Water campaign. We take pictures of anybody who's interested in participating, and then that picture becomes their postcard to their legislator. It gives anybody who cares about clean water a quick, easy, and fun way to get engaged in the political process. We need to be reaching thousands and thousands and thousands of people to get our work done. And that can be very impersonal at times, but something like the Stanford Clean Water campaign is both huge and personal. And I think that's exactly the kind of direction that the SVP assessment is pushing us, is to think about ways that are both personal and in volume.